Grand Rising, everybody. Oh, I play over here. It's Monday. It's Monday. There's so many buttons to push. Oh, my goodness. Grand Rising, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Hello, my beautiful sister, Kelly Jones in the house. Thank you for being there, moderating for me, sister. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Sherry, Cherry. Hello, Cherry. How are you? My beautiful sister. And Craig, we've got Craig in the house. Good morning. How are you doing? Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's a Monday, Moon Day. Welcome to December. Wow, I just tried to jump ahead to December. Did you hear that? I literally just tried to jump into December. We are not going there. No. We are in October. Welcome to October. October the 11th. Yay, I'm so glad to hear you're doing awesome. That's wonderful. Well, welcome everybody. Good morning, Grand Rising. If you are new here, I'm Earth Angel Jamaica. It is a blessing and an honor to have you here in this place, space, and time. This is where we come together setting the intention to nourish ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. We focus on our prosperity and the spiritual laws connected to prosperity, which are tithing, forgiveness, goals, and life purpose, right? And so today being Monday, we're focused on that tithing. So it's a spiritual law of tithing and nourishing ourselves. We are also in the midst of talking about spiritual animals, our spiritual guides, learning more about just the animal energy, the animal vibes, what some of the many multiple messages could mean for us having these animals in our world. Grand Rising, Pauline, Grand Rising. And today is Monday. It's Manifesting Monday, right? We're focusing on the manifesting. We are master manifestors, right? We all are master manifestors. The question is, are we manifesting what we want consciously or not? Right? What's happening around us? Is this what we're really wanting to create or not? So this morning I was guided, or over this weekend, you guys know, first off, I took Friday off. Thank you guys so much for your loving, beautiful patience, and all of you that messaged me and checked in with me. You guys are so sweet, and I just love you guys having this beautiful family here. How amazing you guys are. Everything is fine. I was just, holding the space, needing a day. I needed a day. I was tired. And what do we practice on here? It's about learning to honor ourselves, right? Practicing the art of self-care. And I cannot be the one sitting up here teaching you guys how to do that if I don't honor it and listen to it when it's really needed for myself as well, right? And so that's what Friday was for me. It was I was called into a retrograde. It was time to, when I was just kind of holding the space, I had some family things happening, but we've been doing a lot of work. We've been doing a lot of work on a global scale, right? Consciously, on a global consciousness, and then on these personal levels. We just got done with that 8-week series where we were going in and learning about our energy systems and clearing our chakras and learning about tools and gathering new information. That's a lot of shift and a lot of new stuff. So it's always good to stop, right? And take that time to reflect, resonate, see where we're at, where we've come from. When we look at our goals, we were even talking about that last week, right? In order to continue to focus on those goals, part of one of those spiritual laws we focus on, we have to look at where we've come from and look at those goals that we've met so we have a springboard, right? Up to those next ones. We're always constantly examining and reevaluating and adjusting our goals, hitting them and making new ones and tweaking and going this way to that goal and doing a little adjustment over here and tighten up a little bit over there and right, adjusting those energy flows. So with that being said, and it being Manifesting Monday, I was guided to share with you guys, especially I think it was last week or the week before, we were talking about we're coming up on Earth Angels anniversary. November the 16th or the 18th. I got to find the exact date. I don't remember exactly, which I should, but coming up is the original day that I started the page. And originally the Facebook page was Earth Angels, or it was actually Earth Angel Jamaica was the original page. And then about a year later, I switched it to Earth Angels Heaven Sent and just expanded it, right? It was a new thank you so much for spreading that positive joy and vibes. Hang out with us, and yes, that's what we're all about. Thank you. We will gladly accept that and give some right back with you, to you, through us, with us. This is great. Thank you. Okay, so I got sidetracked. Someone's over there sending positive vibes. It's like, yes, grab that up, right? So we're coming up on the anniversary, and so it was very interesting in this reflection stage of where I was at. Uh-oh, I just got the ding that Facebook is messing with me again. I don't know why, guys. So if you're having trouble joining us on the Facebook, please come over. Let me grab the live link really quick. And copy. Oops. Okay, there's the wet. Oops. Hang on. What did I do? What did I do? I'm pushing buttons and it's going places that I don't know what it's doing. Paste. Okay. I just put in the comments. Okay, it says I'm fine. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting the message then, but okay, you say I'm good. So, okay. In case there is I'm streaming on 3 platforms, so the YouTube link to the YouTube channel, if anybody on Facebook is having trouble, is there. You can always pop over there. Make sure you like and subscribe to it, and it lets you know when we go live, and we don't seem to have any trouble. And TikTok, of course, I love TikTok. Is always so, lets us just stream without any issues. So, okay. Back to what I was sharing. So looking back in the retrograde, it was great. It was interesting because this weekend, in my memories, it popped up 5 years ago this time. So here we are, about a month before I actually started Earth Angels. So this kind of gives you guys a little bit of a timeline of how, just sharing how this page started and where it's come from is so mind-blowing even to me in the retrograde. And teaching you guys a little bit, and myself, like learning about manifesting and really how powerful of manifestors we are. So my spiritual awakening, my meditations, my spiritual awakening, I knew I was getting new information, new things coming in. There was new adventures for me, but I wasn't working with angels or anything at this point. I knew about angels, but I didn't know about angels. I didn't work with them. I didn't know the archangels. I didn't know my guides. I didn't know my team. I just was that one that I feel like I have some gifts here and things happening, and I know there's synchronicities, but I need some guidance with how to do this and where. And so I was open to that, right? Open to, woohoo, that was interesting. My camera just went, wow. Facebook is playing loud music. Okay, I have music in the background, just barely, so let me just turn that down because it's probably the mic picking it up. Is that better? It's probably the mic because my mic's right here, up here now, and it was probably picking that up. I felt like I might be kind of talking over that anyway, too, so hopefully that helps. Okay. So, short story long story short, I'm going to share this manifestation with you guys because it's a pretty cool thing, and this is how the page started in this space, right? I've always wanted a positive vibe, a positive energy place, but Facebook wasn't even an option at the time. This was way previously to that. So, but this was 5 years ago. Like I said, in the Facebook page, it came up, and I was getting these hints and nudges. And so for me, one day in my meditation, I kept hearing the song Earth Angels, Earth Angels, Earth Angels, that really old, it's an oldie, right? The oldie song, right? And so I kept hearing that over and over and over. So I'm like, okay. So I pulled it up one day on my YouTube and had listened to it. And I was just listening to it. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what this is about, spirit and this and the song. So, okay. So I go about my business and I go and I do my shower and I do my thing. Well, when I come back into the room, Doreen Virtue, somehow her page at the time was an Earth Angel page, and it had linked her YouTube, like through me looking up and listening to that song. It had done a playlist, and she had popped up onto my thing. Now, this was my first encounter ever. I knew nothing about Doreen Virtue, and if you're not sure who she is, guys, if you don't know either, if you look at a lot of the cards, I would say probably 90% of the cards that I have, oracle cards, tarot cards, things like that, she has decks of. She's been in this industry for 25 years. She is a very renowned, just known psychologist. Even, she's got a doctorate, and she's known in this industry. PhD, I think it says on here. Let's see, what does it say? Doreen Virtue doesn't say on that one, but anyway, I didn't know any of this about her at the time either. I knew nothing about, I didn't even know about oracle cards. I didn't even, these were not even in my wheelhouse. But the message that came on, all of a sudden I come in and she's telling, and I swear to you, first she says aloha. And at the time I'm in Maui, Hawaii. And I'm like, what the heck is she, like, really, literally? And then it was like the message, like, you guys know, right? How often we talk about that, right? It's like she was speaking directly to me. I'm not even joking. Everything I had just got done praying about, and that the shower is one of my places I love to speak to spirit. I'm so connected with that water. And so I literally had just got done doing some prayer work, and then I come out and here she's talking about what had been said. Thank you, Sherry, for telling me, Cherry. So I'm like, okay, so I'm listening to her, and so every day she pops up on my thing for a couple days, like 3-4 days, and every day it was like right on point with everything I'm talking about, just on point, on point, on point. I'm like, wow. And then all of a sudden I find out that she is doing a training in Maui, like in a week or two, within the next few weeks. Okay. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, what are the chances? What are the chances? Right. So I wanted to go to this event. Well, this event, her charge to go to her events were $1,000+ just to walk through the door for her trainings. Okay. That was a manifestation of that was definitely not in my wheelhouse at that time. Like, I was like, yeah, right. Like, okay. And so I laughed, and I'm like, okay, team. Okay. And she was talking about manifesting in her, like, everything I had gotten from her was about manifesting, about talking to our angels, about asking them for assistance, how they would jump in and help us, and all of this. Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this to the test. So I said, okay, team, if this is the person that I'm supposed to do this, I want to go to this. I want to be a part of this. I want to learn from Doreen. I want to be in this. So I'm asking you to whisper my name in her ear. Somehow find a way, whisper my name in her ear over and over. And so for a week, I'm like, whisper my name in her ear. So she hears my name. She hears my name. Nothing, nothing, nothing. The weekend comes, and I'm constantly talking to my angel saying that, right? Now, mind you, so a few of my friends are going to this event. And so I'm like, okay, well, and I'm excited. I'm still excited for them, and I'm grateful. And I'm like, cool, at least I can pick your guys' brain and find out, tell me what it's like, and this and that and all of that. And so the whole time that they're there, instead of being upset or any of that, I'm just like, okay, whisper my name in her ear. I'm not giving up. I'm not, until the event's over, I'm not going to give up. Like, maybe, even one day, I'm not going to give up. All of a sudden on a Saturday night, mind you, I get a phone call, and it's over. Now, at this point, the event has been over. It was a Thursday through Saturday event, and it's over. And my friend says, hey, what are you doing tomorrow and Monday? What are you up to? And I said, I'm nothing. Why? What's going on? What do you got going on? She says, well, I was at this event with Doreen Virtue, and now I did not know this at the time. She's a client of mine. Her and I are really good friends. I do yoga. She was her yoga teacher, and this was one of my friends that I did yoga with. She says, I'm a yoga teacher. She said, and I was in the middle of at the end of it, she's actually doing 2 events. Now, mind you, I didn't know there were 2 events. I just thought there were 1. So she's doing 2 events. And she gifted me with tickets for myself to go to this event tomorrow, which was great. She said, but I just got a message from her right at the end of the class on Saturday saying that she really felt like I had somebody that I needed to invite, and asked me if I had somebody that I would like to invite to this event tomorrow for her training. And the first person that popped into my head was you. I about fell over, you guys. Like, are you kidding me? Now, again, this is a friend of mine, but she was my yoga friend. We were just friends. We weren't like besties. Okay. There was no, like, for me to pop in. And the kicker, one of her really good friends was sitting right next to her. And she was very happy for me that I was invited. But at the same time, you could tell like she was even kind of shocked that like it wasn't her that popped in her head, that it was me that popped in her head. Like, and even she confirmed that she's like, that was meant to be. It was so meant to be that you popped into her mind. So long story short, short story long, right? The power of manifesting. So I got to go to the event, not the one that I thought I wanted to be a part of, which was about learning about how to read oracle cards and how to do that. Okay. What I was gifted with, though, is getting to go to a class that she taught on self love, mastering self love, that she taught with somebody else, another author, another book author. And you guys, that cracked open the doors, right? To things. That was the or something better. That's why when we ask for things, I learned about or the something better, right? Spirit had, okay, yeah, you want to challenge me? Sure. Here you go. Or and take this too. Let me tell you what, this isn't what you need though. You want to challenge me and yeah, okay. I will meet you there. I'll meet you there happily. But you're going to get what you need. Not what you think you need. You're going to get what you actually are required, which is nourishment and self-love, which was for me to understand the self-love, right? And to step into this before I could learn how to do any of this. Had to come within. So isn't that cool, Pauline? Isn't that cool? I love it. So I just wanted to share, again, manifesting Monday, and that retrograde, that memory popped up in my Facebook this weekend, and it really did. My life along this spiritual journey has been so amazing that not that I forget and don't honor, but it's just I have so much. I am in awe so much. I have so many stories like that I can share, that it not that I forget them, but that's why we need these retrograde dates. That's why it's so important to stop and look back and just really look at where we've come from and what we've walked through, and so we don't forget, so we do honor the process. I had no idea. Oh my gosh, if I would have known then what I'm doing sitting here today, working with the angels the way I do, and working with you guys and getting to be here and knowing me, the self-love now, wow. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It's amazing. It's a beautiful journey. It's such a blessing. So, right? Hello, Victoria. All right, guys. I know I've talked a little while long, and we are going into the animal vibes. So, seems that it's not my time. I'm going to give up and cheat. Okay, I'm still trying to get into your Zoom group. Okay, Pauline. I have linked. Let me do this really quick again. I think I did. Copy. Oops. If you click on this and go to the website, this should take you right. That link I just put in the comments should take you right into the website. Let me see if it pops up. Maybe let me just do it into the Facebook because it's not popping up. That's the problem. Looky there. There it is. Okay, I had to go into Facebook. I've been popping it over there into where I'm coming. And anyway, it's not popping. None of that came out right. I've been popping that comment into the wrong space. And then I needed to come over here and put it into this space so that it could actually be seen. So, Pauline, if you click on that, it should take you right into where it says services. Scroll down and it'll say meditations. When you click on that, it will look like you're checking out, you're booking a service. So you click the Monday, which would be today, Monday the 11th, that you want to attend. And then you go just like you would check out. And what will happen is you will get an email that's a confirmation of your appointment confirmation that you booked. And that will be the link that you use to come into the Zoom room. That's when you will get the link is in that. So everybody has to register through that platform to get the link. What Miss Pauline is talking about, in case anyone's curious before I get into the crow and you would like to join, it is Manifesting Monday and it's Mentor Me Monday. where we are starting the group, the spiritual growth, spiritual training playground, spiritual space, where we're going to come together on Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Setting the intention to just come together, and we're going to be practicing the art of doing some meditations, and just sharing with one another where we're at in our journeys. And it's a space of being able to get to share, not a have to, but get to come together, setting the intention to practice the art of self-care through doing meditations. I will be doing some guided meditations with you guys each week as we just kind of grow and expand and get to know ourselves. It's about going within, getting to know ourselves. It is limited to 15 people so that we can keep it small and intimate. As we grow beyond that, I might open up other dates and times, but right now we're just limiting it to 15, and you do have to register. It is based on donation only. We don't have to, there is no fee. It's based on a donation, but I do ask that you honor and respect that it is a limited space, and that you only register if you know for sure that you're going to attend, and that you do honor the fact that you make a commitment when you sign up, that you are committing to yourself and to the group that you're going to be there. I understand things come up and there's emergencies. I'm not, we're not the Nazi police here going to come after you and get you. It's about honoring and respecting that, and just taking that to heart. And really, it's through your own integrity, keeping yourself in that own space of your own integrity when you sign up and make that commitment into yourself. Especially talking about tithing, right? We're talking about tithing. This is a great way to tithe to ourselves. Tithing is about getting to gift back to Great Spirit, and understanding that everything we get through this human experience is a gift from Spirit. And when we tithe back to where we're being nourished, we know we are producing more of that. Anywhere we plant seeds, we are going to manifest an abundance of what we plant, regardless of what we plant, because that's the way the universe works. So that's why we focus on self-care, planting these positive vibes, these positive seeds of spiritual growth within each other, helping each other. So absolutely, everybody, sending that beautiful healing love to our beautiful sister. We have a sister, Miss Karen Jordan, who's not, she's feeling the vibes of just needing some self-care, right? So we're going to send that love, that light, that holding that space. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Thank you. JW told me, and Mary Jo told me, Teddy, you have an angel watching your back. And who is it? Michael. And I was like, oh, cuss word, how? Question mark. JW and Joe, he picked you for a reason. We have no idea, but Mike is there, Teddy. 5 years ago in a live show. Yay! I love it, Teddy, right? That's right. I remember that. And ever since then, you've been working with Teddy, huh? Or with Teddy. You've been working with Teddy. You've been working with Mike. Teddy's been working with Michael. You've been consciously working with Teddy or with Michael. That's the cool thing, right? Michael's been working with you always. Now that conscious connection, and that's what it's about. That's what coming together and spiritually growing and understanding and helping each other. So how exciting. Okay. So come over, join us this evening, 6 p.m. Make sure you come over, sign up. The link is through the website. If you're watching over in TikTok and you want to join us, the link is in the bio, but it's not link. You can't click on it. You'll have to actually type it in or copy and paste it into your browser, but you come right in. And again, just click on, go down through the services. It'll say meditations. It's a rose. It says plant where you're bloomed, or bloom where you're planted. I'll get that out right. Bloom where you're planted. And no, my hair, it's still here. It's just hiding. It's not chopped. It's hiding underneath the thing. Okay, guys. So now that I've gone into here. Okay. I think we're on point, just a smidge behind, but never behind, always on point, right? So today is the crow. Today is the crow. Who commented on that? Somebody back here said, don't forget it's the crow. Crow time, teddy bear. That's right. All right. Number 24. Oh, that's right. Teddy, the crow's getting bumped back a day. I almost forgot. I hate to break it to you. But you'll understand why here, especially you will especially understand why here in a second. Because through this weekend, one of my spirit animals was definitely making a presence. And then this morning, right away, made the presence known. And it became very clear that it's time to share this vibe. Now, FYI, anybody watching, if you're new, this word here, I'm not going to say it out loud because I get myself in trouble, right? That word, the M word, we substitute the word vibes for. So if it says the M word, I say the word vibes. So you know what we're talking about. Animal vibes. Okay. So the animal that we're going to talk about today is the owl. Yeah, Teddy, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You were the deciding factor in this one too. Didn't even know, but you were. See? I love it. Miss Kelly says Thursday was horse and buffalo. Going to the doctor's office, I saw both. How do you like me now? Do you know what's hilarious? I love you brought that up because Thursday was the horse, right? And the same thing for me. I went Thursday to a client's home and they had pictures of horses everywhere. And that ignited a conversation that I had with this beautiful soul for about 45 minutes. We just chatted and I got to just watch her just light up speaking about her animals and her life, and it was just such a blessing, such a gift to share that space with another human and to see the connections of the horses what brought that, it was just so cool. It was so cool. Is that even a thing for reals? Are you guys still there? Are you there? If you guys are still there, I'm gonna just flip a lid. That's gonna be amazing because literally my whole computer just completely died. Facebook froze. Hi, Kelly. Okay, am I back on the Facebook? It shows that I am still going. Thank you. Love you, sister. Thank you for stopping by. Miss Kelly, can you guys hear me over at Facebook land? Let's see if I can. Anybody? Are we back? Are we back? Hello. That was so weird. My computer's fully charged too. You see me on TikTok. Okay, cool. Can't see nor hear anything from you. Okay, let's see here. Let me get back over here. What's happening? Blue screen on Facebook. Okay. Well. Let's see if I can refresh it. Still here. Okay. Okay. Okay, am I back? I think I'm back on. Okay, am I back? Oh, okay. I see me on there, but is anybody else seeing me on there? Testing, testing. Hello. Okay, the spirit, I see you on here. Okay, so you guys see me over TikTok or Facebook. Guys, take care of it. Somebody's got our back because I'm telling you guys, my computer just totally went dead. I have a full charge and it's plugged in. But like we lost power on the strip there, so I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure, but we're back. It's on. Okay. We're going to move forward. So the animal we're going to talk about is the owl. The owl, hoo, is what's coming in. And yes, Teddy. Yay, Victoria. Okay, I think we got everyone back. I don't know what happened. We had to giddy up in our step. Oh, see, even my light went out. Let's see. I got to turn my light back on. That's what's happening there. Ah! Oh, there. Hi, I can see everybody now. I can see clearly now. There we go. Okay. Owl vibes is symbolically associated with clairvoyance, astral projection, and magic, both black and white. Owl is called night eagle on several vibe wheels used in Amerindian teaching. Traditionally, owl sits in the east, the place of illumination. Since time immemorial, humanity has been afraid of the night, the dark, and the unseen, waiting fearfully for the first crack of morning light. Conversely, night is owl's friend. What's going on with my computer? Owl hunts its prey at night. Not only can owl see in the dark, it can also accurately pinpoint and identify any sound. This gives it a great adventure when seeking food. Owls are the night hunters. Some native people are fearful of the owl and call its feathers deceiver feathers. The owl feather is silent. You cannot hear owl when it flies, but its prey definitely knows when it strikes, for its beaks and talons are razor sharp. Owl is oftentimes the vibes of sorcerers and witches. If owl is your vibe, you will be drawn to magical practices and perhaps explore the dark arts. You should resist any temptation to practice black magic or any art that takes away from another person or being. If you have owl vibes, these night birds will have a tendency to collect around you, even in the daytime, because they recognize a kinship with you. Is it any wonder that in many cultures, owl is a symbol for wisdom? This is because owl can see that which others cannot, which is the essence of true wisdom. Where others are deceived, owls see and know what is there. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, had a companion owl on her shoulder, which revealed unseen truths to her. Owl had the ability to light up Athena's blind side, ensuring her to speak the whole truth as opposed to only half the truth. If Owl is your personal vibe, no one can deceive you about what they are doing, no matter how they try to disguise or hide it from you. You may be a little frightening to be around, since so many people have ulterior motives, which you see right through. If you are unaware of your vibe power, you may take your keen insights and abilities for granted. Others never do. You may frighten them and reflect their blindness, for you cannot be fooled. Owl vibe people know more about an individual's inner life than that person knows about her or himself. If you have owl coming to you, you are being asked to use your powers of keen, silent observation to intuit some life situation. Owl is befriending you and aiding you in seeing the whole truth, the total truth. Owl can bring you messages in the night through dreams or in meditations. Pay attention to the signals and omens. The truth always brings further enlightenment. Boom! Right? Boom! You can see clearly, right? When you got the coyotes around, when we look at for owl, owl will definitely reveal the coyotes clearly, right? We have the coyotes running around in wolf clothing. When I was homeless in Coos Bay, there was an owl that flew in the tree just above my tent. Right? Wisdom, insight, power, very powerful. They bring us that spiritual wisdom. Right? Help us see through the deception. Which is very interesting, when we think about that, owl has gotten a bad rap for that, fearful, oh no, the darkness that everyone fears. But right, what is that truth, right? What this says, right? It brings out a lot of that is a fearful power that most people are afraid of, especially when we're practicing deceit. And maybe not even knowing we're practicing to be deceitful, but when you come into a power that will reveal that, it becomes very fearful, and we're like, oh no, we don't want to do that, right? So when we connect with that, we have that ability to see through. That's the power of connecting to our inner knowing, our inner wisdom. Into you, right? Love it. So that's the message from the owl today. Asking you to use your power of keen, silent observation. See the whole truth. Pay attention. There were two that were mating. Yes, owl has been one of mine. There's a white owl in Hawaii that used to come to me constantly, and was definitely part of my spirit. The white owl is part of my spirit animal, my spirit guide, hundredfold. Is always with me, showing me along the way. And like I said, even this morning I woke up to a beautiful message with this mama Mama Owl in the cactus with her 3 little baby owls. And I'm like, yep, there's a sign from spirit once again, right? Being able to see through the deception. Come above, fly above, see through the night, see into the darkness. And that's the ability, right? This is also a reminder that we have the ability to do the shadow work. When we're going within ourselves and we're looking in these shadows, when we call upon Owl to help us see clearly through the deceit, through the deception, through the illusions of those shadows, that's how we start to shine the light and bring the light into that, right? Start using this medicine, calling upon. That's why we're learning about these vibes, excuse me, these vibes. I said it, I did it, it flipped. That we can call upon and use not only as signs out and around us when we see them, what are they bringing to us, but we have the ability to ask for assistance from them when we're doing this work. These are tools. How do we use energy as tools? This is how we ask for some insight as we do the shadow work. To see through the deception. We're great at deceiving ourselves too. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're not a master at deceiving yourself. Because we all are. I promise you. There's not a person here on this planet I've met yet that has not mastered deceiving themselves. And until we stop and go within and look at ourselves and shine those light in those shadows, we can't even recognize that. That's how we start to recognize it and consciously shift that. Right? So, oh yes, I had seen that picture in all 3 groups. See, Teddy? Now I am lost me and the owl, and I was voted for it. Flew around it. I love it. Teddy's like, yeah, he was in 3 groups and he shared it with me. See, that's the message of listening through your intuition, how we're intertwined, coming to, because it brought me many messages too when you shared that. It was great. So now I understand. See? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys, let's move on, or else I will over chat our things today. We like to nourish ourselves, mind, body, spirit, right? Looking at all 3 as a whole. The spiritual law of tithing. Again, I'm going to come back to tithing is about gifting to the Great Spirit, God, source energy, whatever that looks like you resonate with, right? It's about us gifting back to that energy and understanding that every single thing we have is a gift from Great Spirit. This vessel, this is our number 1 gift. We are spiritual beings, energy, spiritual beings that have squeezed our energy into this little tiny vessel to come into this place, space, and time to have a human experience. And everything that comes to us and through us as us is a gift from Spirit. And the more we nourish what we gift, what we tithe to is our nourishment of. It's our planting. Tithing is planting the seeds. And anywhere we tithe to, anywhere we plant seeds, it will manifest and produce. So it's up to us to understand as those farmers, as the planter, what we're planting. What are the seeds we're planting? Where is our energy going? How are we tending this garden? And what does that look like? What are these seeds? Those seeds are our thoughts. Seeds are our beliefs and our thoughts. As we plant those and we feed those, that is what we manifest. And so it is important that we look at our thought process. To quote Wayne Dyer, when we change our thinking, we change our lives. When we look at these patterns that we have, we can start to break some of these old cycles. We can stop planting the seeds of negativity and we can start planting the seeds of love. We can stop planting fear and we can plant love. We can stop planting hate and we can plant love. Right? And we will get that back 100-fold, and we know that. Yes, that is my vision board behind me. This is what I'm in the process of manifesting right now. The webpage, earthangels.com, earthangelsheavensent.com. My healing center, the healing center. My insides reflecting my outside. That's what it'll look like. That's how my insides look. Isn't that peaceful and lovely and joyful and wonderful space to learn and grow and expand. Yes. Cherry, I absolutely love, my grandmother taught me the exact same thing. My grandmother was actually Cherokee, and she did teach me that the owl does mean death. And I'm going to say agreed. I do agree. I'm not a disagreeing at all, right? There's a billion different messages that the owl and the in each possibility, right? But what I will expand to saying is that death has a very limited, when we look at just death as in just the death of a human life or death as death, period, in that form, then we have a very limited spect on that. What I am going to say is 100% owl represents death because, right, it represents the truth. It brings out the deception, the deceit. So it will bring about the death of a lie. So it can, not saying that it cannot represent the death of a physical journey, right? But there's no, even when we die out of this physical body, we are still spiritual beings that just leave this vessel and we move on, right? We're moving forward into another, the next new expandedness. So death in itself is uh, it's an illusion. There is no death. We don't die. We just transition. We expand. So I'm going to say again, yes, the death, it brings the death of an old belief system. It reveals the truth. It shines the light in the darkness, that shadow work, right? If we're looking at shadow, even like it brings about the death of the old belief, the old illusions. It can go much deeper than the surface messages that it can carry. It can, right? It can. And again, I was raised that, oh my gosh, death is it's a horrible, I don't believe that anymore with my relation with spirit now. I don't have that same belief system that it's a fearful thing for me. I just have, but I don't know what is going on with my camera, and my microphone just went weird again. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, is that better? Yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's not an either or, it's all encompassing, like there's so many multi messages, and that's why it's important as we know ourselves and honor ourselves. Like it's very important to, if an owl flew in, could that mean the death of a loved one or the death of, absolutely it could, but do we know we all transition, and we know, right? So a gift that this means, okay, we could be aware of things, but if we know who we are and what's going on in our life, it's a message for us, and we will understand very clearly if that's what that means, or we'll know, okay, I'm dealing with this issue, or I'm dealing with, I'm healing in this, or I'm dealing with that. And when we understand the multi levels and the multi dimensional messages that can be, we will clearly know, oh, you know what, that's the message in this right now for me. Hope that makes sense, right? Anyway, see, Miss Pauline says, I've learned a new meaning of death is reborn. Never say goodbye. It's never see you. It's see you later. Exactly. It's a, just like we come into this, and we know this even in nature looking around us, that nothing ever, it's always a transformation. And the tree is the best example. I absolutely love the tree, is what spirit has always used to, at least spirit used for me, and spirit uses illustrations for me to understand things. And I was shown, it's that tree, right? We start out as the root, right? But the root is in the getting the nourishment from the dirt, right? So they're one, it's connected, right? The dirt, even the dirt itself and the seed itself are still that one, that connection. They're just each in their own space working together. It's energy working together to create and transform and always grow and expand. And it starts from that little seed, and then out from that seed, right, those shells, it springs off, and some of that dies off. That old shell that comes out of it dies off. That becomes part of nourishment, but yet in the reality it still becomes part of the plant because it's part of the nourishment. the illusion it died off, but it's not. It's still growing up and expanding, right? And all the way up through the trunk, all the way through the branches to the very leaf, right? It starts here and it turns into a leaf at the top, but then when it drops, is it just dead when the appearance of it dead? No, it comes back down and it's renourishing. It's right back into those roots, So it's just a never-ending cycle. And we are that same. We are energy too. We're that same way. We are constantly, and it's about our consciousness evolving and growing and expanding through these lifetimes and gathering information. There's just a fine will between us and our family and our ancestors. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes. The death card, people panic, don't always mean physical. It could mean death of me. Absolutely. Kelly Jones, I love you brought that up. That again, an old belief. Oh God, the death card came up. It must be dark and horrible. And no, let me tell you, there's been times the death card comes up and I'm like, yes, thank you. Hallelujah. I've been squashing that. I want that done. I want that old energy done. I want that to die. I'm ready for that to recycle. I've released that energy. Every single time we do it, well, even when we're not consciously, but when we're consciously even more powerfully, when we do this work of releasing and letting go, right? We release, we let go, we're remanifesting, we are rebirthing. We are there's a death. There's a spiritual death of the old and a rebirth of our new. Every time we come into a new understanding, a new level of aha, there's a death that occurred. Every time. The death of that old belief, the old paradigm of that belief died the second we came into the rebirth of the new thoughts and the new birth. How cool is that? Okay. I got way we got way out there today. Sorry guys. It's always divine though, right? It's always divine. I love the way this spirit always brings us what we need to hear to help us out, man. That's what we do. Okay, so let's see what spirit has to say about today is the 11th, October the 11th. And we're talking about tithing, right? Again, the art of prosperity, connecting to our prosperity and tithing. See, when someone says goodbye to me, I always tell them I don't say goodbye because it means forever. There is no word, Sue, that means bye, just later. I like that. I do like that. See you later. Yeah, see you around. See you later. See ya. Bye. See ya. See you around. Right? Okay. Let's go into today's food for thought, or else we're going to run out of time. It's on page 44 today. So I like to share with you guys part of my spiritual practice is I, nourish my mind. I like to use this as one of the many tools, but a guide for spiritual living. You can get your own copy at scienceofmind.com. It's a magazine that comes in the mail every month. It's only $5 a month, and it is an amazing tool to have on hand. It's just filled with positive, good energy, good vibes, good things to get our thought processes going, right? So our quote today is from Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh. I hope I'm probably not saying that correctly, and I apologize. There is no enlightenment outside of daily life. Liberty means more than just having our individual way in life. The more we live, the longer we experience living. The more we come to realize there is no such thing as an individual good. That thing is good for me, which is good for you, and which is good for all persons. That good is a good for you, and which is good for all persons. That good is a universal quality of spirit. We may say that God is good, which is undoubtedly true, and this good is universally distributed everywhere. This good belongs to everyone alike, but this good is not the private possession of any particular individual. And as much of this good as any one of us can conceive and accept belongs to them. So it must be with liberty. So it must be with freedom. Ever since the dawn of history, the human mind has been trying to figure out how to be free. All the great and ennobling lives have taught freedom of spirit, freedom of mind, freedom of soul, freedom of worship, freedom to live, and we are hearing more about freedom today than any other time in our history. There is a spiritual element connected with this idea of freedom. A great intellectual and religious convention that God made all persons partaking of his own divine nature, and that each one should enjoy divine abundance, complete peace, emancipation from pain. But we all arrived at a true concept of our freedom, which means that my freedom could not infringe on yours and yours on mine. Freedom is arrived at a liberty secured. Spirituality, intellectuality, and in every other form of human activity. This, as we conceive that freedom is for the greater good to the greater number of persons. And that is from Observations 1968. Oh, we are going back in time. It is 9:30 here where I'm at. I think I'm on, well, no, you must be on Pacific time too, Kelly, because it's 9:30 here too. Okay, boom. So our affirmation for the day is I enter into conscious union with spirit. Boom. I love that. What a great affirmation. I enter into a conscious union with spirit. Good morning, our beautiful sister, Miss Kelly. Or Miss Karen. I said, wow. Miss Karen, good morning. I have been on YouTube, but couldn't send a message. I appreciate your good wishes and healing with furry guardians, Chinese remedies, and time for reflection and intention. Just an FYI, the death predicted by the owl's presence can also be that of an old habit, one of thinking or moving you forward on silent wings to a higher consciousness. I love that. Yeah. We're getting, I don't know why I keep getting something very funky is happening here. Something weird. Something happened. What it is. Okay. Hey, man, honestly, the movies. For every destination but a doorway to another, right? Okay. Duncan, aka Man and Arms and He-Man, the movies, is an old Internian saying, living the journey for every destination is but a doorway to another. I like that. All right, guys, we are past our time, so I'm going to move forward today. Angels of Abundance, let's see what they have to say about tithing, right? Tithing, again, is about tithing to ourselves first, gifting to ourselves, the art of self-care, understanding this human body was our first gift from spirit, and we should be tithing to it first. Tithing literally means 10%. The best of the best, 10% of your time, 10% of the best foods, 10% of the attention, right? Is that really asking for much? 2.4 hours out of your day, right? Nourishing your body, listening to your body, understanding your body, life purpose, you. All right, let's see what the Angels of Abundance have to say. What is it about tithing that will help us? today to understand. Boy, these cards are sticky. Sticky, sticky. Guys are resisting this tithing thing. You guys are really in resistance, huh? Why? Have you asked yourself that? What is the trigger in you when you hear the word tithing? Do you have a trigger? Are you in the flow? Do you understand the gifting of it? Do you understand that when you plant those seeds that they'll come back? Or do you get that, do you get a little, I used to. When I hear the word tithing, I'd be like, shut the door. We ain't even talking about it, because I wasn't taught properly. I didn't understand the gift. Right? And that's why it's important that we look at it. We loosen up our thinking about this. Start playing with it a little bit. Start with ourselves. Start tithing with yourself first. Give yourself that spiritual practice, that 2.4 hours out of the day to concentrate on yourself spiritually, consciously come into union with spirit. Okay, they're loosening up a little. Okay, you guys are getting there. We're loosening up. The cards are loosening. Right? Set that intention to loosen up a little bit. I keep hearing like, especially when it comes to this tithing, what is it that you feel you don't have enough of? What is it that you don't think you can tithe? You're like, nope, I don't have enough of that. Is it time, food, money, worry, stress, positivity? What is it you don't feel that you have enough of that you can give 10% of it away? Okay. Then that's where you need to focus. You need to start focusing on, right? What we give, we're going to give back, get back. So where is that going? If it's the money, start with tithing on money that you weren't expecting. Okay. That's a great way to start learning and understanding this tool, how this really works. Okay. And understanding if it's money and we're tithing money, because I seen somebody put money up there, right? If it's the money, it's not just about tithing to a church because we belong to that church. And it's not just about tithing to, this fundraiser or this organization because, we feel bad. We want to feed these, or we want to feed the animals. And this is where we tithe and this, right? It's not about that. What makes us feel good where we're giving the money. It's about tithing the money to a place where you are spiritually being fed. Okay. So what does that look like? Can that look like a church? Yes. If you belong to an organization or a church or a place where you go on Sundays and you're getting spiritually nourished in that space, then that is where you give 10% of that money. And if you right now you don't feel like you can give a full 10%, go with unexpected income. Go for every week looking at when you get money that comes in that you weren't expecting, which means like you go grocery shopping, you got a coupon for $10 off. That's $1. You have an extra dollar to tithe now, okay? Because that's $10 of unexpected. Tithe 10% of just that unexpected income. Start there. If you don't have a place where you're spiritually being fed, that's your problem. It's not about your supply. It's about the giving and receiving, right? It's about being nourished. So you need to find a place to get spiritually nourished so you have a place to tithe to. Okay. For me, it can be a variety of things. One of the places I tithe to is the wildlife center. On the weeks that I go there, when I go there, I like to walk around and spend time with the animals, and I am spiritually nurtured. I know I receive information. I receive downloads. I receive, right? The vibes of the animals. So not only do I pay my getting into the place, right? I tithe my weekly tithing to that place that week only. Now, if I did it every single week and I'm not going there and getting anything, that's not part of the tithing, right? I'm not being nurtured. It's about understanding the being nurtured part. Okay. And giving to where I'm being nurtured so that I continue to be nurtured. And I do continue to get nurtured. Anytime I tithe to something, I get nurtured back, right? So it's about understanding that. Start practicing that and watch what happens. Watch. Miss Kelly Jones can attest to it. I can attest to it. The first time when I started learning about tithing, I tithe 10% of everything I get now. 100% money right out the gate. It's everything. Time, money, food, energy. I understand. I get it now 100%. But I didn't a year ago when I started practicing this. Even up to a year ago, I did not fully understand this tithing thing the way I do today. And it came through practicing this and understanding this. And I started with unexpected income. I started with, okay, I can do this, Spirit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, for 1 month, I started, I will collect unexpected, anything that comes to me unexpected, I will tithe that money straight to you. Now, I promise you guys, do you know what? The first time I did it, the very first time I did this, I've done that unexpected income twice. The first time I did it, I got a check in the mail for like $50 from a bank account that closed that I didn't expect. The second time I did it, I got a gift, a $5,000 gift. Didn't expect, like, right? And you want to talk about, oh gosh, having to hand over 10% of that, and that was my big leap of like, oh, I get how this works because I watched it all unfold. It was beautiful. Mika, can I share your story? Absolutely. Miss Kelly had the same thing though, right, Miss Kelly? I have so many of the stories come together. Your story was the same way. She had Oh, hang on. I'm trying to remember how it all went together now, because same thing. Miss Kelly did the unexpected income challenge and she was saving that up, and I want to say it was the family, right? Is that the one you're talking about? I'm sorry, Miss Kelly. Can you share your story? Can you share? Okay. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked with that too. I will share your story if you remind me which one, or you can't. Either way though, what I'm saying is Miss Kelly had the same experience. She had unexpected things. There was like a check I think came for her too, and some different connections happened. But it's about us starting to recognize, and what it does is it's starting to plant the seeds, and it helps us to understand where we are planting, where it's coming from. We start to recognize where our source really is coming from and where we can plant those seeds, and how the universal laws start to work. It's just like gardening. When we really start to look at gardening and we understand that if we go out and we plant these seeds, we cannot plant a sunflower seed and expect a rose bush to grow. It's not going to work, right? And we can't just go out and plant seeds and then not tend to it. We can't go out and plant roses and then go water the weeds, right? That's yeah. Okay, it's about grounding, sitting, listening, and watching, and then returning and giving back to Mother Earth and Grandfather. Absolutely. Boom. Exactly. In all forms. And understanding that everything is energy. Everything's energy. Everything's energy. Oh, that's right. Miss Kelly got unexpected income. She got a check in the mail and she almost tore it up. Spirit was like, no, don't. You better open that. And opened it up and there was money in it, right? That's setting that intention. I love it. Yes. See? So, Spirit, what does Spirit have to say? The angels are saying that this is what's going to remove the blocks and the obstacles. Many of us are having challenges in this manifesting, this consciously manifesting the things that we want, but we don't understand that we are unconsciously planting the wrong seeds. We're sending the worry, the stress, we're holding on, we're hoarding, right? We're not in that universal flow. And by coming into understanding how tithing can benefit us, how tithing is being in that universal flow, it is going to remove the obstacles and the blocks that are holding us, that are keeping us. We are the only ones keeping those in place from our true prosperity. We are putting the blockage into place. I love, right now, I just got the vision, right? Spirit explained like this. So if you know anything about water and reservoirs and creeks and rivers, right? If you have a creek and you have an inflow coming in, and you hold it and you build a little reservoir, right, for yourself. If you have a dam, you release, right? If you release what's coming in and what's going out, you're always in this constant flow, and you keep a nice, beautiful level, and there's no fear of it ever getting too full or too high, too low, because it's always in a flow. But if we dam up one side or the other, it doesn't matter if we dam up the coming in or the going out, right? What happens? We're out of the universal, we're out of balance. We completely go out of balance. And we either dam up over here and it dries up, and then we're in the stress of a trinkle, 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 it's dried up, right? And then we're holding in, or the other way around, and it's like overflowing and splashing back and not, right, dispersing. It's about being in that equal flow. When we release that 10%, and it's keeping in the flow, it keeps the siphoning of the perfect even balance through our life happening. So perfect. So focus on your priorities. They're just reminding us, like, it's okay. Like, take the time to focus on your priorities of understanding how these work so that we can connect to our prosperity. Focusing on those priorities, removing these blocks and obstacles through examining our belief and understanding of tithing. Booyah. Okay, guys, I am over my time. It's one of those days. I knew it would be. I was all excited. I'm excited about this evening. I really am. Okay, I love you all. I really hope to see you this evening. Again, the Mentor Me Monday evening spiritual group is starting tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to join us, come over to the website, earthangelsheavensent.godaddysite.com. Go to the services or the meditation page. Either one will get you there. Click on the Mentor Me Monday. There's a picture of the rose. It says blossom where you're planted. You just click on that. Pick the day that you would like to come, which would be the 11th today. Sign up, go through the process. There's zero fee. It looks like you're checking out like a regular shopping cart checkout, but there's no fee, no credit cards, nothing like that's needed. It'll just say, okay, it takes your email and it registers you into the class, and then it will send you a confirmation, and in that confirmation is your link to get into the Zoom room. Just an FYI, I will open up the Zoom room 5 minutes prior to the event, so we can get in there, maybe even 10 minutes. Probably 10 minutes early. I'll open up the Zoom room 10 minutes early so that we can get in there. And I will hold the Zoom room open 5 minutes past 6. 5 minutes. After that, I will close the Zoom room, and nobody else will be admitted past that point, because it's just about the honoring of the space. I close the circle, and then that way I'm able to hold the space for everybody, and we're not interrupted as we go into our meditation and our time. It's not about picking on anybody. It's just about honoring. If for some reason somebody does accidentally get kicked out, I will of course allow you back into the group. If that does happen sometimes once we're already in. Things happen in this technical world, but I do want to make it clear to everybody that wants to join that you have to be there. I give you that 5 minute. We're given the 5 minute little grace period to get everyone together and settled, but then we're getting started and honoring everybody's time from there. Okay. So I love you all so much. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm excited I know it's going to be such a wonderful, growing period. I know those of us that are meant to be there will be there. And if we can't make it this time, maybe it's another adventure, like it's another day, another time. That's okay too. I love you all. I'm going to zip it now. Let's see, Cherry. So you are an hour before me. Yes, I am. It's 9:47 now. So if that helps, Cherry, I hope. Love and light to you guys. I will see you this evening, or I will see you back here tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we are going to talk about the art of self-care, focusing on prosperity and forgiveness. forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. And tomorrow is the crow. We're going to talk about the crow. All right, guys, I will see you later. Love you all. Mwah. Love and light. Also, if you'd like to book a session, you can do that on the webpage as well. And all of the services are listed there for you. Reiki is a Japanese technique for stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes healing. It is based on the idea that the unseen life force energy flows through us and is what causes us to be alive. If one's life force energy is low, then we are more likely to get sick or feel stressed. And if it is high, we are more capable of being happy and healthy. Reiki is a simple, natural, and safe method of healing and self-improvement that anyone can use. It has been effective in helping virtually every known illness, and it always creates a beneficial effect. Reiki works in conjunction with all other medical or therapeutical techniques to relieve side effects and promote recovery. And because Reiki is all about the energy, it can be done at a distance, allowing you to enjoy a nice, relaxing session safely in the comfort of your own home. Schedule your in-person or distance session today. I look forward to working with you soon. Namaste.